Welcome to The Random Show. Inside knowledge on TV, pop culture, and game shows with the executive producer of Let's Make a Deal and The Price is Right, Mike Richards. Joined by me, Beth Triffin, the shortest moral compass on podcasts, according to Mike. And now, The Random Show.
Welcome to The Random Show. I'm Mike Richards. Sitting right over there, the one-armed bandit. Beth Triffin is here.
Can you believe this?
So it's the day after April Fool's that we're recording this podcast,
Yes.
and a youngster named Beth Triffin didn't come bouncing in like she usually does because her right hand is in a sling, and I think, is that a cast?
It is a cast.
Oh, God.
I hurt myself.
To see if you still feel?
No. I definitely still feel though. But you know what? Yeah, it's fine.
So the hard thing, Random Show fans, is that I spend a lot of the podcast, and a lot of the positive feedback we get about the podcast is that people enjoy the banter between Beth and I. Because I make fun of Beth. She's short. She has a lot of hair. It's crazy. But today, there's like a sadness around Beth, and I feel like I gotta really take it easy. So if I
you don't.
Yeah, I know. You were gonna say that because you're a pro.
I can still bite back.
That's not. The thing is, she's sad. She's a little paler than usual, which is basically translucent.
You know what? I have to be honest. I tried to make myself look better before coming here, and I was like, I'm gonna wash my hair, and I'm gonna put on makeup, but I couldn't really wash my hair because it got hard, and then I kind of put on some makeup.
Literally, and it's her,
that.
and you're right-handed. It's your right hand. You're in a cast and a sling.
Yes.
So that'll be the best story ever told. We're going to talk
will.
about April Fools. I mean, it was a massive April Fool's Day for The Price is Right and Let's Make a Deal.
Congratulations!
Yes, thank you.
It's really cool.
So that was fun, and then part of the April Fool's ness was that I got to interview the new model on The Price is Right.
I know.
The robot skeleton, Jeff Peterson from The Late Late Show. And then, as if that wasn't enough, my debut on The Young
and the Restless.
So Beth hasn't seen
You are restless.
I am, and I am not young. I am a lot of things. So you have a arm issue. I was up all night with a baby.
Oh,
so
great.
I think, but you know what?
How's Jen doing?
Jen Bisgrove's great. Go ahead, Jen. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm really great.
You want to know why Jen Bisgrove's great?
Why?
You know that she went to Wisconsin, the University of Wisconsin. That's in,
and they're doing well right now.
And that's
with
in
the
Wisconsin,
sports.
and with the sports and with
sports.
the bouncing orange ball.
Yes.
So Wisconsin is in the Final Four, and cooler than that is that Jen Bisgrove was not only at the Sweet 16, but the Elite 8 game as well. She was there to see them cut down the nets.
I saw you Instagram a thing. That's so cool.
So you are not allowed to be in a bad mood today, Jen Bisgrove.
All week. You can't be in a bad mood.
So when's their next game?
It's not helping, by the way. She's been in a bad mood every day this week.
Their next game's Saturday.
Okay, where is it?
Houston?
Oh, okay,
Texas?
cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's at Jerryland. It's at the Cowboy Stadium. Yeah, which is ridiculous.
This is a big time for sports.
Which would be Dallas, right? I think it's in I thought they said it was in Jerryland. Yeah, I think it is. Anyway.
This is a big time for sports right now because we're in the Final Four with the basketball.
Now we're going to go live to Beth Triffin from ESPN Clueless.
And it also, wasn't it recently opening day for baseball?
Wow.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Unbelievable.
I know.
Yes, sweet pig. Puig.
That was my
Who is
audition for ESPN. How did it
go? You know it all. And you know that Tiger Woods went under the knife because of his herniated disc in his back, so he's out for the Masters, which he's never missed since he was a teenager. There's a lot going on in the sports world.
Yeah,
That's what I do.
is.
I wake up early in the morning to work out, and then I watch ESPN while I'm running or working out or whatever. And that's how I stay up to speed, because other than that, I would have no time.
Wow.
But we have a lot to get to, Beth.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
So let's talk about April Fools. First, Let's Make a Deal. You know that show, right? Wayne Brady hosts it.
Yeah,
Tiffany Coyne, Jonathan Mangum. They have... we did an awesome April Fool's show. The thing with Let's Make a Deal is we tape it so far ahead.
Right.
I think we did the April Fool's show in August. So it's been a long time.
Seriously?
Yeah, we did it forever ago. I don't remember when we did it.
That's hard to plan that far in advance.
It's why you have smart people that are good with calendars,
Right.
not named Mike or Richards.
Yeah, right.
It's like, we should do this. And
I feel like when you get more than 2 months ahead,
It's
I'm
kooky.
sorry.
I know that we did the Halloween show in August, which for Let's Make a Deal isn't as big a deal because everybody's already dressed that way, but it's weird to start thinking about that.
Yeah.
Or Price is Right, we do a Christmas episode and it's way ahead, and you're like, well,
That feels
it's not
wrong.
even-
It's
yeah,
like
so
Christmas
wrong.
in the summer.
But we did it a long time ago, and Zonk Redemption is my favorite show.
Yeah, this is
that
a
we
cool
do every
show.
year.
I like
so
this
it's
show.
when people have been zonked within the last few years on the show. Normally, you're not eligible to come back for, I think it's 10 years on Let's Make a Deal. It's 10 on Price. And so 10 years have to go by because you don't want to keep having the same
Right, the
contestants
same
on.
people.
But we throw that rule out, and we have people who have been zonked come back to the show for a chance at redemption. And last year was the first year we did it, and it's so oddly compelling because when people lose on Price is Right or Let's Make a Deal, in the moment, usually they're very affable and like, no, it was fun. I got to meet you. I got to be on the show and
They
whatever.
save face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think legitimately they're not that bummed out. But I think when you then go home and you realize I'm never probably going to be able to be on Let's Make a Deal or Price is Right again, whatever one you're
That
on.
was my chance.
That was my shot, and I
Yeah.
blew it. And
And
I
then it's
ended
on
up-
camera. Your loss is on camera for everyone
Yeah.
to see forever.
and your friends come over and they watch it and all that.
And they're
I
like,
think it
"Oh,
starts to take
wah, wah,
more of a toll.
Yeah.
So
I can see that.
Right?
More of a long-term toll.
yeah, which is a bummer because when you do what we do, we just do it to make people happy, not
Right.
to have a toll. But I think deep down it has some effect, not a bad effect, but it has some effect. I mean, nobody
Putting
likes to
people
lose.
in therapy.
Exactly. That's what we do, which is why I'm here to announce my new therapy center. Damn, I got zonked.
Yeah, seriously.
In the game of life. My life is a zonk. So this is a fun show, but it also has a lot, there's more intensity to it because everyone that comes down is on deal. It has been zonked. And so they don't, the first time they play it, they're basically looking for big cash or a car or an amazing trip. When they come back, they just don't want to get zonked.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't really even care what else they win. Everything that's not a zonk and above is gravy for them.
Like they could win like a deck of cards.
Or
and be like, great.
or a pair of sunglasses. Like
Yeah.
the least big prize available to them. You could have had a house. You could have had a gold carpet. I don't know what that is. Or you could have had sunglasses, and they're just ecstatic
Yeah.
that they don't. So, but there's an amazing amount of pressure on them, and it's a really intense show. Given that it's Let's Make a Deal and people are dressed up like corn cobs and bananas.
That made me laugh for some reason.
Because
A corn
you've
cob.
seen it.
Okay,
You've seen it.
yes.
Little mustard on the front, a little mustard type. Hey Jen, I made Beth laugh.
I know that was.
Are you on drugs?
No.
Because of the. Should you be? Because of the pain?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
So anyway, I love that show. It got a great response. That is the fun. While not everything about social media thrills me. One of the fun things is when something good happens or bad.
Right.
You actually do get a very direct, instantaneous response. And from the hundreds of thousands of Let's Make a Deal Twitter followers, we got really good response. So because people like seeing the redemption.
Well, and I
but
feel
it
like
makes
Let's Make a Deal's always done really well on the Twitter.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
but
it's
this
amazing.
one was even up times 1,000
That's
because
amazing.
people were loving it, loving what we were doing. But someone did get zonked, and that's always tough. Because if you get
Because
zonked
then
twice,
you get zonked twice.
he come
Did you
back
get them
next year.
like any
Hug?
sort of prize?
Like a hug?
Did you give them like a secret?
A hug?
You got zonked twice.
handshake? It's a secret handshake. It's we bonk them on the head.
Man, I'd at least get them like a Friday's gift card or
See,
something.
this is the world that Beth lives in.
You're right.
So anyway, that one happened. It's it's a really good show, and I love it. I'm very proud of that show. And then we had the big swap between the Late Late Show
Which is so cool.
cast and the Price is Right cast, and Craig came on and hosted Price is Right. We've talked about it a lot on the podcast, but again, it got really good response
Yeah.
from people, and he did a great job.
And a lot of press.
Yeah, tons of press.
So cool.
And that's the whole reason for it. And you remember, like, when I first started here, you were
Yeah.
here on Price is Right, and I really was like, you know what? April Fools, they should be a big thing on this show.
Yeah.
It fits Drew's brand. It would not have fit Bob's brand.
No.
But people think of Drew as, the funny,
Yeah, he's
great
a
guy that he
comedian.
is.
Yeah.
And I was like, this should be a thing. And then I think I've regretted it every year
Because you have to up it.
because we have to top ourselves. And I'm already as we were taping Ferguson, I was like,
What the hell are we
Yeah,
gonna
I
do
have no
next
idea what we're
year?
going to do next year. So anyway, but it, like you said, lots of press and fun for me on something that I talked about 5.5 years ago. Seeing it reach this many people and be this big a deal, it was really
Yeah.
fun.
No,
and I
it's
got
really
some cool
cool.
emails from like producers and executives around town who aren't at CBS. I mean, just people around town going, "Hey, man, that was really cool that you guys pulled that off. Nice
Mm-hmm.
work. It looked really good, man. All the attention. Congratulations. That was really fun."
Yeah.
Because we're producers. We're all competing against each other, even though we're friends.
Yeah.
We still, And that was really kind of cool that people responded that way.
Well, I think that's what's so cool about The Price is Right is that you can have a normal show and it's just as compelling, and then you can absolutely change like all the aspects and then have a completely crazy show, yet it's still true to the form. And I think
Right.
it's really cool that you can take The Price is Right and it can just be a normal show, and then you can do something like April Fool's.
Right.
And it's crazy, but technically, again, it's still the same show.
You're still,
And
yeah,
it's-
I think that's, and when we did the April Fool's show, which is probably still my favorite just because of how difficult it was to execute, which was
Right.
when everything that had ever gone wrong on the show
Yes.
for real,
That one's
we
so cool.
staged.
Yeah.
And, Rachel drove a car into the doors like she has.
Before.
The TV got knocked over. The set caught on fire.
That was my favorite.
Lights came flying down. Like we had something
Bad
go
camera
horribly wrong.
angles. Yeah.
Well, that's just Thursdays.
Yeah.
And so that was really a fun one, and that was the one I thought we'll never be able to top it. But you know what's interesting? I think that was the one that we sent in for an Emmy nomination. And
It
it's
is.
the only time we haven't been nominated in the last 4 years.
No, that's so true.
Right?
That's what happened.
And I'm like, but you don't know how hard that show was.
Yeah, I know.
Come on,
like, please,
Emmy people.
this is our one chance. Like, please, dear God. It's
yeah.
amazing, though. I think it's really cool.
But that was a hard one to make sure, to your point, that the game stayed intact while we were still goofing
Messing
around
it up a
around
little
it.
bit.
And that may have been where the line got blurred a little bit there, where
Yeah.
you see things like breaking and falling apart. Like that was right. The basket, that we fly things in on just free fell and just hit the ground with a thud. And
that's one where, like,
shattered.
program practices, I'm sure, was hanging around a lot.
Yeah, I was wearing them like a sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were, like, watching everything you did.
my P&P sweater.
Right.
So it's good. And then Drew was great on Late Late Show. I got to go to the taping of that. We talked about that. And the monologue was fantastic.
It's amazing.
Interestingly, and I didn't know this, but they edited some stuff out of his monologue. I don't know whether it was for time or whatever.
Oh.
Some of my favorite
So
jokes.
when you watched it, it was
different
isn't
than
it?
interesting.
Yeah.
No, but you know what? We
You
work
do
in
the same
TV. I
thing,
mean,
yeah.
I'm sure there was something in there that Craig didn't see.
Right.
Although I don't know that he would remember or that he even watched, to be fair, because they're on hiatus. So that was awesome. And then, one of the best parts about The Price is Right when we had the cast from Late Late Show here was, of course, the beautiful models that we had.
Oh,
and,
right.
they were very sexy.
Yeah, it
And
sounds
I think
like
they reached a wide base.
Well,
For instance,
horses.
Yeah, I know you love,
Horses.
and I mean love horses
I
because
love
of
horses.
the gentle
Gentle
barn.
barn.
The gentle barn. Will your hand affect your ability to gentle barn?
I think it'll affect a lot of things. But whatever. I mean, I can still pet horses.
Oh God, she
Gentle barn.
just lifted her sling and then her creepy cast thumb. Oh, I can't wait to hear what actually happened. I got to interview a really beautiful person inside and out.
Yeah.
And
Well, really, he represents what we all are inside.
a skeleton, a robot skeleton. So here's my interview for the Random Show of Jeff Peterson, the sidekick to Craig Ferguson on the Late Late Show.
He's very witty.
and our newest model. Hey, Price fans! A big moment in time. It's very rare that we introduce a new model on the show, and I'm about to do just that. It's someone who I think is going to become an instant sensation. Our mandate has been to bring sexy back to daytime, and I think we've got just the person for the job. Price fans, put your hands together for Jeff Peterson. Jeff,
How are you?
I am great.
You
Wow.
look really good.
You look ridiculously good.
Thank you. Thank you. You're such a charmer. You're such a charmer.
So how did you get into modeling? This is
Oh, well, first I passed away, and then I was reanimated with my own bones and some electronics. And I looked in the mirror and I said, I've finally lost all that weight.
yeah, it's an easy way to lose.
You know
weight,
what I'm
isn't it?
saying? Yeah. And a friend of mine said, you should get into modeling.
Who was
And
that?
It was just a buddy of mine, Gary Busey, good friend of mine.
He would know models.
He does indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awkward.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I have a lot of self-doubt and loathing, and I dislike myself, and I thought, hell, why not become a model?
It's perfect. You're
Yeah.
like the perfect person.
Yeah,
for this.
exactly.
Can you go into a hot tub? I guess.
Yes, I was in water once. And I shut down. I was simultaneously turned on and then shut off.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
And you work daily with a fellow named Craig
Craig who? Craig
for who?
Fertilison. Fertilizer. Craig
Yes.
Fertilizer.
How did you meet Craig, and how did you
I
end up
was
on
in the
his show?
fertilizer business, and I had been, my business went under, and here comes Craig Ferguson.
Right.
He says, hey, I'd like you to be on my show. I said, sure, why not? And that's pretty much it.
Wow. That wasn't as good a story as I thought.
What it was is CBS couldn't afford a real sidekick. You know, they said, sorry, we don't have the funds for your show, so they got me instead.
all the money's on The Price is Right.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
For all those damn sets.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys, very excessive.
I was just looking at my phone because my next interview is actually with R2D2.
You're kidding
who is
me.
auditioning to model on The Price is Right.
Well, he's a good friend.
I would imagine.
Yeah, I vouch for him, definitely.
Do you?
Yeah, C-3PO's a good friend.
Really? See,
R2D2.
I'm not a C-3PO guy.
No, he's a good guy. He's a good
Really?
guy. Once you get a few drinks in him, man, the stories he tells you about George Lucas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not do the song.
Yeah, no, don't do that. You'll be
and
sued.
I would actually meet George Lucas.
Yeah, no, he would sue you.
in an alley.
Yeah. You ever touched his gizzard?
I have not.
It's amazing. You know, he stores like change in there, food and things like that.
Really?
Yeah, he's
He just-
retired. It's fine. He's like a camel. He carries water in there.
Everywhere. He
Amazing
goes.
guy.
What does he store in his beard?
I can't tell you on this show.
Oh. No,
You know, he stores, in his beard, he stores secrets, magic. Are you all right? Are you having an episode?
No, I've just episode 3.
Yeah.
That's actually when you were on Price is Right, you actually presented a showcase. which
I
is
did.
Great. And in it, one of the things that you offered was Rosetta Stone, and you alluded to the fact that Craig, even though he's lived in America for years and years at this point,
Right.
is actually harder to understand than he was when he first started.
Yeah,
What is that?
I'll let you in on a little secret, a little showbiz secret here for all you folks at home. You see, I've been on the show myself for about 4 years now.
Okay.
And the truth is, I have no idea what Craig has said in those 4 years. I have never understood a word. I just look over and go, yeah, you're the man, sure thing, boss, whatever. You know, we're going to commercial. No idea. No idea.
Well, women find him charming.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't speak Shrek, so I don't know what the hell he's saying.
Do you have a Craig impression?
Sure, yeah, sure. Oh, hey, it's me, Craig. How are you? Hey, cheeky monkeys. It's a great day for America. Hey, oh. Again, nothing. I don't understand.
I heard turkey muffins?
Turkey muffins, that's right.
Turkey muffins,
That's
that's
right, yeah, exactly.
Well, you know, welcome to the Price is Right family. You did a great job. Put her there.
Thank you.
Cool, that's a little-
Yeah, give it a, yeah.
Oh, hey, yeah.
Yeah, you know, they'd fix my hand, but CBS cares.
So there you go, Jeff. He's funny, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really witty. He's
And
cool.
the guy who controls him, Josh, is like, he's obviously hilarious.
I
He's
like
so fast.
When you were like, "Oh, how did you get your big break?" and he was like, "Well, first I died, and then
I was in the fertilizer business. Yeah. He is really funny and stunningly attractive. So there you go. He's great. I hope we should have him on the Random Show too.
Oh my God, that'd be fun.
great. We should
That would
get
be
Jeff to
so
come into the
much
Random
fun.
Show. And moving right along now, this is all from April
I'm
Fool's
super
Day.
excited about this."
This is
So this aired yesterday.
this airs yesterday. This is my
Big
big
day for
appearance
you.
on the Young and the Restless, the big crossover between Price is Right and Young and the Restless. So they came on and they taped a segment on our show, and then the CBS executives felt wisdom in having me act again. And so I'm in a scene, and I'm in a suit, Beth.
What? So you're not okay? You're not a box man like last time.
Okay, that's it. That was bold and beautiful because now I have 2 separate soap
So
credits.
that you're on.
Yeah. Am I a working actor?
You are. I think 2
Time
credits
to-
within like 6 months.
Right?
I think it's a big deal.
Time to
Yeah.
update the headshots and the resume.
So what's the backstory on this one?
The backstory is I work for this guy that's on the screen right now
CBS
that
is
you
like
can't
just
see.
one big old happy family.
We are.
isn't it?
It's all about synergy. Synergistic is what we call it.
Okay,
And so I work for this guy on the screen who owns this club/restaurant.
yeah.
I'm in accounting.
Because when I think club, I think Mike Richards.
Nobody parties like me because I don't party.
I know.
That's not, sometimes I go to the country club. That's like a club. No.
That's not like a club. This guy looks like he.
I thought you were doing the sound of the guy cutting the hedges. Prune those.
Nope.
Prune.
Nope.
Fertilize those flowers. We need them to look
Nope.
pretty. The green looks a little rough. Let's smooth it out. No?
Nope.
That's not what we're talking about?
That's not what we're talking
I
about.
need another margarita.
Different club.
Oh. So that's what people. So when 50 Cent said you can find me in the club, he wasn't talking about the country club.
I mean, I'm sure he has a country club, but I'm sure that's not what he was singing about. No.
Huh. Anyway, so we're at a club, and I work for this guy, and two of the other characters just got back. The episode before of YNR is them being on Price is Right. Like the girl gets called down and actually plays Price is Right on YNR. So they're telling this guy all about that.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, so what we're going to do is we're going to have Beth give her analysis. She's not seen this quite purposely.
I know.
And give her analysis of my amazing acting. Jen Bisgrove, I hope you really like this, Beth.
Am I allowed to talk during this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like your trip was full of surprises.
Well, you haven't even heard the best part. You will never guess who we saw in Los Angeles.
Mike Richards.
Who did you guys say? Was it Leonardo?
Better. Drew.
Drew.
Oh,
Carrie,
Lord.
we went on The Price is Right.
So you went on a game show.
We both did. But it was a dream of mine since I was a kid, and Neil made it come true. And look,
They did their
here
research.
I am with my new best friend, Drew Carey.
So it is.
I love the music behind.
Hey, Joe. Hey, check this out, man.
Oh, God.
It's a girl after your own heart.
Oh,
I
big
could show
face.
you watch The Price is Right in the office a couple times a week.
Yeah.
Huge fan. I've always wanted to be on that show.
It
Always
was
wanted to
amazing.
be on that
And the best
show.
part, I played Plinko.
No way.
Yeah, she actually won.
And you spun the big wheel?
Oh, I thought I was going to pass out. Thank God I didn't.
Wow. Well, I hate to break up this party, but did you guys get any actual work done on the trip?
Exit! Oh, my God, that exit
You
was
loved it.
hilarious.
That's the best part.
That is the best part. You're like, well, I'm out.
Yeah. That was actually acting. Like,
Oh my
I'm uncomfortable and I'm leaving. Did you?
That was hilarious, Mike. That was so good.
I think I've got the bug.
Oh my God. Just the exit itself is like.
Now, are you making fun of the exit or is it?
I actually think that you did really well. The exit. No, I feel like the exit wasn't your fault though. Like.
Well, there was no natural exit. So my
Yeah,
thing
I
was
like,
he was
didn't
kind of a
they
dick to me.
direct you at all to like have a better exit?
No, so that was me acting. And since he never says anything to me, never looks at me, I just kind of go, "Oh, okay, I'm leaving," which is kind of how I would react in real life.
Oh my God. I love it. I think you did a really good job. You know, I think you have some big facial expressions.
I am expressive.
You're very expressive in this. I thought you were a little bit more natural.
Well, to be
Than you
honest,
usually
Bold and the
are.
Beautiful
I
was
will-
tough because the lines were
The
so
lines
tough.
were so like, come
Every-
on down.
Yeah, I
to
hope you
the
come down
warehouse.
to the yeah. It was
like,
a little
whatever.
tougher.
I think you still have like some
Inflection issues.
Yeah,
I love that show.
you're like, I have always wanted to be on that show.
You know what's tough for me, and you're an actor, and clearly
This
I'm not.
is so good. I'm proud of you, Mike. Definite improvement.
Thank you.
Definite improvement.
See, I think that I should quit.
I just think
producing.
I just want
look at that. Yeah,
Look at your giant. You did some big mouth moves.
Yeah, you know what it is? Because I have kind of a not expressive.
Yeah.
I have kind of a not expressive face.
Uh-huh.
Like I think I overdo it
Yeah.
when I'm doing this. And then the other thing was, we only rehearsed it once, like with other people. So it was basically poor Bisgrove was having to do it with me, and she's like, "Oh
God.
God." She's a saint.
Jen.
And the one guy kept interrupting me because nobody knew their.
this dude?
I'm not going to say who, but
Oh.
one guy. There's 3 people in it. People were having trouble remembering their lines, which was
a common issue,
which
and
is-
it's really unfortunate.
which throws me off.
Right.
Now, granted, I had 3 lines and they have like 1,000, so I'm not criticizing at all. But I struggled because
you memorized your cues. And
I
you-
memorized it, but then I'm not good enough to actually act along. Like if they're going to do something else, I'm like, I'm supposed to say this. So I've always wanted to do that. You know, like because I think I actually could have done, and we've spent enough time actually seriously analyzing my complete inability to act. I thought my hair looked good that day, though.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks good.
But yeah, I couldn't figure. I never got comfortable, and so then I hurried, which is why the inflection is weird. You know, like you would really say it differently. You wouldn't really go, "I've always wanted to be on that show." You'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I've always wanted to be on that show. What was it like?" You know, like that's if you really engaged.
Yeah.
But I was in a hurry because I felt like someone was going to step on me, and I didn't know what was happening.
Right.
And my whole nightmare is causing them to have to do another take.
Right. You
That is
want to be a
literally-
one-take wonder.
Yeah, well,
One-take
especially
wonder
when you're the
Mike Richards.
executive producer of another show, and you're like, "Sorry, it cost you 2 hours, YNR."
Yes, totally.
But I
That's
think,
hilarious.
look at that intensity. We're looking at a screen grab of it now.
I know, it
and
looks
it's,
really good. Jenna, I bet you never thought you were going to be an assistant to an actor. That's like not what you signed on to do.
Bisco, we haven't really heard your take on it.
Like Beth said, it's big improvement from.
I think so too. I think
Big.
so too. Big improvement.
And I'd like to say that this time I was the one coaching you. Might be a coincidence.
Jen, how did you do?
I did great. Can you see? I did
Yeah, like what type of tips did you say? Like how did he change in your coaching?
great. We used method acting. Yeah, that's what we went with.
So
I don't know
Mike
what that means.
pretended to.
For a whole day,
Wear a
he was
suit.
a clerk.
Okay.
I was all about debits and credits. I'm an accounting clerk.
Oh,
So-
did you go to the club at all to
the country club?
research? No.
Cleaning the.
I do think
Pretty-
your exit is the funniest thing.
But see,
That
I really
should be
liked
up
it.
online somewhere because it's just like, and that guy's out. like that's funny.
I thought it was supposed to be kind of funny.
I think your exit. No, I think it's really funny.
Because I was like, oh,
not
hey.
quite sure.
If it fits the scene.
I'm just not. I think what you did was really funny. If I was like a producer or director of that, I would have been like, ooh, that exit was. I don't want that, in my show.
Why not? What was wrong with it?
Because you're just
Too
like,
comedic?
yeah, it was like really funny.
Someone said it was a little Chandler Bing.
Yeah, it was a little like, and whoop, and
that's-
see it. It's like a Kramer exit. Like, do you know what I mean?
Well, my name is Michael Richards.
Yeah, that's so true.
Jerry.
Yeah. Good
Well-
job. That was awesome. I
Is
major
it-
kudos. I'm impressed. I am.
You know what's funny?
What?
I watch it and I go, man, that's really awful. I mean, I really I kid about it, and it's fun, and I'm totally it's because it's not what I want to do. It would be mortifying if that's what I wanted to do, and then that's what came up. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, what if really my family's future relied on me having to act,
Right.
and then that was the result? It's horrifying.
It was good though. You did a good job.
You know what's also interesting is as an actor that you are, not me, 2 roles, small ones, you make no money.
Oh, I know.
Like that would be a great year for some
on a
actors,
resume, yeah,
right?
for sure.
No money in it. I mean, they
know.
paid me, but
Right. Would
barely,
you get like a couple $100?
No, I got more than that, but
You got like 1,000.
no, I got because I was under, like $400,
got it.
I think. And I'm not complaining at all because I
No.
did it because it's fun and that's found money, and I'm not totally not. I'm more like. If you were an actor, you'd be like, you would have called your mom both times, like, I'm so excited, I got it, and then you get and that's the way that goes. That's a
No,
tough
I mean
business.
it's crazy. Like I have a friend who just finished a huge run on Broadway. Like not even like a chorus member. Like had a real role like on Broadway for several months with big stars, and she just took a telemarketing job.
No way.
Yeah, because she just ended her run a couple months ago, like less than 6 months ago. But you just if you want to have consistent money, you have to. It's crazy. Isn't it crazy?
Wow.
I know.
Yeah, that was my thought when I got the check. And again, they were very generous to have me on. I'm not criticizing at all, but as an
No, but you were looking like in
through
other
the
people's
eyes,
shoes.
like that don't have 2 full-time jobs.
Yeah.
That would be a little bit of a tough way
It's
to
crazy.
make a living.
It's crazy. But I mean, the nice thing about that, like if this was something you want to do, like, that's important to add to your.
Yeah, it would get other
repertoire,
work, but you would think the booking everyone thinks that actors make so much money.
Yeah, they
and some
don't.
of them do, but most of them don't.
No, it's really crazy. It's like there's like, like once you make a certain level, you make a ton of money, but until then, you really don't.
I really can't take the anticipation anymore. Speaking
Okay.
of actors, it is now
Is that
time
moving around my hands?
for the Beth story ever told. Ever told. I'm not even going to
So-
interrupt you
Okay. Yeah. Anyway. So,
At all.
Okay.
because I just want you to tell the story. So go ahead.
So speaking of
Tell us what happened.
things that other actors need to do to get money is I babysit 2 darling children about like twice a week, like not even that much, whatever. And one of the things we do because it's baseball season is we play baseball.
Oh no.
So
Did you get another sports-related
I
injury?
did,
I
yeah.
think you need to grab that microphone, Jen Bisgrove. I'm going to need your reaction to this. I'm going to need your moment-by-moment reaction.
it's opening day. So this in opening day celebrations, we played baseball, and I have been a little scared that they're 9 and 12. Okay.
Oh wow.
But
Okay, so they're not little kids.
No.
They're bigger kids.
Well, I mean, the 9-year-old. The 12-year-old is like my height. Like the 9-year-old is still small. He's a child. You know.
Yeah, but that's a bigger.
Yeah, he's bigger.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so I've been a little scared to play with them recently because the 9-year-old especially has gotten like so good at throwing, like really good. And we went to baseball. They are actually on teams, so we went and right at this park, like baseball practice, like blah blah blah. Then we go home and they're like, "Oh, can we practice pitching a little bit more?" And I was like, "Sure, like let's go out and practice pitching."
Do you drive them? Mm-hmm. In fart?
In her new
In
car.
my new car.
Did you get your new car?
Yaris. I did. I've got so much to talk about this week. I got my Yaris. It's great.
It's not stick, is it? Because you probably
It's
can't
not-
drive it. Thank
no.
God.
Praise Jesus.
Hallelujah.
I haven't tried to drive yet without my hand, but whatever. Anyway, so we were throwing this ball, and this 9-year-old just lobs it at me, and I was like, and so I put up my glove to like catch it, and I put up my other hand to like support the glove because it looks like it's coming really fast, and all of a sudden this freak accident ball just hits my thumb, my ungloved thumb. It literally snaps back and goes literally cracks. I fall to the ground, like literally knees in mud, and just yell the F
You knew
word.
it was-
I
you
knew
knew it was bad.
immediately.
Wait, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. He lobbed the ball? Like, so it wasn't like he winged it at you. He didn't throw it.
Oh, is
hard.
lob mean not that fast?
It means
Yeah.
high in the air and slow.
No, it was really direct and fast. So the opposite of lob.
Got it. And so you just missed the glove, and it hit your hand, which you were trying to back up the glove with.
Yes. And it just went back and snapped, and I just fell to the ground. And
Did it come back like right away and get straight, or?
Yeah, it came back and got straight, but it was a little crooked, and it just within 10 minutes
Swell up. It was-
blew up to the size of a balloon and was throbbing. But they were more concerned that I had absolutely just yelled the worst
Curse word?
curse word ever.
was? The kids?
The kids. They were like, "Oh my God, Beth just said the worst word," and it wasn't even it literally was like, "No fuck!" And, I screamed. Screamed the F word so loud for so long.
Now, are the parents home at this point?
No. So I was sitting there being like, okay, is this a big deal? Is this not a big deal? Maybe I just stoved it really bad. Except it did make that cracking sound. Maybe, I don't know. So I sat there for a half hour being like, I don't know what to do. And then finally I was like, once it I couldn't move it and it grew. I was like, all right, it's time to go to the hospital. So my roommate came over, took over the kids, and I went to the hospital. And I still thought they were going to say, oh, you stoved it really bad, because I didn't think I'd actually broken my thumb, And then the x-rays came back and they were like, yeah, you fractured your thumb. It was actually the best hospital experience I've ever had. I just got to the hospital within there was a crazy that in the waiting room. He was fun. He was
That's fun to watch.
bleeding
Yeah.
out everywhere and yelling.
Yep,
And
yep,
then, yeah, but within an hour, I had gotten the x-ray. I had been told it was broken. I have my orthopedist appointment tomorrow morning. And
Where is it broken? Down by your joint?
The knuckle. It's just split down the center. Oh. So, yep.
So how long are you going to be in the cast?
I don't know officially, but I think maybe 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay, I thought you were going to say 3 to 4 months. Okay.
Oh, praise Jesus. No.
Hallelujah.
Praise
And
Jesus.
if you talk like that, he doesn't want you to praise him, by the way.
Oh, yeah. but yeah, it was cool.
So now what does this... Nope, that's not cool. What does this mean for the production that you're in?
It ended on Sunday, so I'm very lucky.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. Our last day was on Sunday.
And what is your next... Don't you have another production coming?
Yeah, they're just going to have to deal. It's vagina monologues, so they're just going to have to...
Well, you're from war-torn Bosnia,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So you're
yeah.
I don't know what happened to hands. Clean off.
Forget about the vagina. Look at my hand. I know, right?
Can that become my ringtone, please? Oh, hey, it's Beth. Forget about the vagina. Look at my hand. Well, Bethany, this is terrible.
I know.
And what is to you what's the worst part about the next 3 or 4 weeks? What does this do to you?
I think that
Because you're out of it. you're like, are you in pain? Like or are you just trying to cope with what?
I was
reality?
in a lot of pain last night.
Yeah, I would
I'm
imagine.
a lot better this morning. It still is throbbing, but it's not like I've been in so much worse pain before that it's fine. I think the most annoying thing about it is, I mean, I think 3 to 4 weeks is actually not a very long time to have to deal with
That's
it,
not
but
terrible,
still
yeah.
like annoying if I have to go to an audition like with this or whatever. I was kind
Yeah,
of
you're probably
hoping
not going to get
wouldn't-
like any Allstate,
Right.
you're in good hands types of.
But I think the
jobs.
most annoying thing is I'm actually not a very good like note taker in my phone. I'm much more of like I have a book that I write in
Yeah.
like with all my notes. So that's been sort of annoying. Like
So you're trying to write left-handed.
yeah. Like, and so that's not great.
You know
so
what
I'm going to have to get used to writing in my phone.
In the short time that we've done this podcast,
Yeah,
you've had
it's
two
Really unfortunate.
really rough sports injuries, and I think that may be a sign.
I know. I don't think I can do this anymore.
No, I think maybe the sports are over.
Which I have to be honest, in my whole entire life, I've never had an injury until the last like 6 or 8 months.
But is that because your whole entire life you didn't really play sports?
I don't know. I felt like I was more active as a child, but whatever.
But did you
I can't believe
play-
a child broke my thumb. That's the thing.
A
I really
9-year-old.
can't
It wasn't
get
even
over.
the
like
12-year-old.
a 9-year-old. Like I even told the people in the hospital last night it was the 12-year-old because I felt like such a win. But it was the 9-year-old. A 9-year-old child broke my thumb
Broke your thumb.
with his pitch. Like I feel like
Why were you catching the pitch? Why isn't the 12-year-old catching?
I don't know because I'm a good babysitter and I like try to be like not just like go play ball. I'm gonna sit here on my phone. Like I wanted to like be active with them. Whoops. I learned my lesson.
Well, my oldest doesn't like sports, so maybe you can babysit my kids.
Okay, great.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Well, kids, I think we've learned a valuable lesson here on the Random Show
Thumbs
today,
up.
and this you snuck her cast up. At least you know you can hitchhike.
Yeah.
No, I think the valuable lesson is that you should never play sports again.
I think I finally am sort of starting to agree with that.
So it's not an April Fool's joke.
It's
You
not.
really are hurt, but you
No.
really did break your thumb
Yeah.
with a 9-year-old's pitch on April Fool.
Yeah, I did.
That
No joke.
was random. Yo, checkity, check. What?
I don't know what to say to that.